So you're coming to Amsterdam and you want to check out the red light district. Well, my best bet for you is to come around midnight on a Friday or a Saturday night to get the full experience. Now, I'm filming during the day because there's actually no filming allowed in the red light district. So this is the only way I can get around and show you a little bit of what's going on. People often ask, is it okay to bring my mother or my child to the red light district? There's more women than men in the red light district, to be honest. And if it's up to your child, you will see a few, but maybe I wouldn't personally recommend it, but it's up to you. If you're heading down to Amsterdam's red light district, the other thing you will find besides prostitutes are sex shows, sex shops, and loads of bars. So if you are a tourist in the area and you just want to check it out, you can go have a beer at a local bar and see what's up. So the reason why there's so many canals in Amsterdam and why there's a red light district is because back in the day this used to be a sailor's town. So people would come in and come out quite frequently. So they would come in for, you know, a little bit of fun. Now, one of the places that these sailors used to always go is to this bar right over here, the Old Sailor. This is one of the more known bars here in Amsterdam. So I would definitely say check that out if you're in the city. So if you're in the red light district, the other thing that you will find besides sex is drugs, primarily weed. So weed in the Netherlands, it is actually illegal to grow it, and actually not legal nor illegal to sell it. It is actually in this weird gray zone. And because it is in this weird gray zone, it's basically allowed, essentially. The Dutch people in general just say, as long as you're not bothering anybody, it's fine. So the first coffee shop in Amsterdam is actually the Bulldog, which has now become like the McDonald's of all coffee shops. Essentially, there are 4. Now, the thing about a coffee shop is that you're allowed to sell weed, but you are not allowed to sell alcohol. So there are places that will allow you to smoke weed, but they can't sell it, but while other ones sell it and you're not allowed to drink in it. You have to pick which one of your vices. Now, you'll often hear me say coffee shop, and coffee shop is the term used for places that sell weed. If you are looking for actual coffee, you must say cafe, so don't get it mixed up. So in the middle of the red light district, you'll actually find the Prostitute Information Center, the PIC. This is an advocate for the red light district. The woman basically started this foundation, an ex-prostitute who now has governmental rights, and to protect the ladies and the industry. The fact is that since it is legal, if the red light district didn't exist and the windows didn't exist, then people would go to forms of illegal prostitution. At one point, they actually wanted to close a lot of the windows. That's why the Prostitution Information Center actually started uprising. Now, they did manage to close a lot of the red lights because they wanted to like purify the town and close the windows and save the women. A lot of these places ended up turning into different establishments. Space is very limited in Amsterdam, so a lot of things started popping up. At first, these spaces were really hard to sell because they were in the red light district. So you saw a lot of bars and things like that pop up. But eventually, you even got places like a kindergarten. Now, funny enough, this one kid made it a little bit famous in Dutch news because when they interviewed him, they asked him, do you know what the ladies down the corner in the red lights do? And he said, yes, they sell kisses. And that's what now they tell all the students there at this specific kindergarten. Now in the red light district, there's these unwritten rules of like different areas, and that's just to cater to different audiences. So there is like the Big Mama corner or the Elite Alley and different things like that they've been dubbed, which is just basically where a certain type of woman would venture. Now, the other thing that you'll notice is that there are very few Dutch women in the windows. The ones that do are very proud of it, and they'll probably put a little NL sign in this corner of the window. Now, I've been here for 4 years, and I've only seen that once. So the ladies of the red light district actually rent their individual rooms, and these prices vary depending on what time of day they rent them. So during the day, you will find women out, but they are maybe, let's say, older, or they just want a cheaper room. So the prime time to come is on night. This is when everything will be full, because that's when they try to get the most customers and where most people are interested. You know, after a night of partying or things like that. I couldn't tell you the prices of rooms, but they have gone up since they've been trying to close a lot of them down. If you were looking at trying to get one of the ladies' services, you'd be looking around 50 euros. Now, the thing about this is you better negotiate what you want up front, because not everything is included. So if you expected her to get naked, unless you asked for it before, you're not getting it. So So funny thing about the red light district, in the middle of the red light district, you will actually find this church. The funny thing about this church is it was actually built after the red light district, because when sailors used to come, they'd have to come and forgive their sins and then give a donation to the church. Now, there was a little bit of an issue with this, you see. The thing is that sailors would come in at night and leave early in the morning and would probably not even be able to get to the church to forgive their sins. So later in time, it is said that the church would actually allow you to go in and pre-forgive your sins. That's right. That means come in, speak to a priest, give a donation to the church, forgive your sins for what you will do that night. So it's actually quite ironic. So one of the places you are allowed to take a picture of in the red light district is Red Light Secrets. This is actually a prostitution museum, but one of the things that they have that's really fun is that you can take a picture and pretend you are a prostitute inside the windows. So you can send a postcard to mom and let her freak her out. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, leave a comment down below. Tell me that you're watching, or just give me a little heads up on something I've missed. And if you haven't already, hit the red subscribe button to tune in to find out what I'm gonna come up with next. Until then, take care. Peace.